All right, so we're gonna cover how to do a leg press safely and effectively. So your leg press might look slightly different than this one, but one of the major adjustments you're gonna be able to make is the angle of your bench. So it can be brought higher or lower. Because I have longer legs, I like to have it lower so I have more room to kind of bring in my legs. If not, I feel a little bit stuck. So this will be more of a comfort thing and a biomechanics thing depending on your height and the length of your legs. To put in perspective, I'm 6'4", so got to adjust quite a few things differently. So what we want here is we want to put our feet shoulder width apart. There's there's lines across the plates typically. There might be some screws on yours. So I like to use the screws as point of references to make sure that I'm about the same position on each side. But ultimately you want to do shoulder width. You want to have your knees slightly, your toes slightly pointed outwards like this. All right, just very like 0.5 inches towards the outside. From here, once you're in position, there's going to be these security guards here. All right, so if you press up and I was to drop the weight, right, it would hold it for me. So now there's these little handles here. Yours might be a lever on the seat, wherever it may be, so make sure you identify that before you get on the leg press. But ultimately you want to remove it so that I can bring the weight all the way down so that I can do my leg press. From here, it's the exact same thing as a squat. You want to keep your knees pushed and driving towards the outside so we can activate the glute muscle. So here's what it should look like, and I'm going to share some of the mistakes that people make. You're going to go down and up, right? Basically what a leg press should look like. What I see a lot of people do is they're going to go here and do this here, right? You're not training much when you're doing this. So you want to make sure you go all the way down and up, right? So approximately 90 degrees when you're doing it. If for those of you that are overachievers, they're going to try a little bit lower. It might look something like this and push. Now if you notice, but my butt was lifted off of the seat. You don't want that, right? You don't want it to come all the way down and then your butt has to lift like this so you can do a full range of motion, right? I'm basically at the bottom of the machine. But you don't want your butt or your lower back to be lifted off the machine. You want to keep it firmly planted and press. The back is simply there so you have something to push against on the plate. That's basically how you do a leg press. It's pretty straightforward. It's just the bottom part of a squat without having all the weight on your back. So it's quite enjoyable and I personally enjoy it. And so once you're done, you simply want to rack it in, boom, and then that's it. So that is how you do a leg press.